Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela. This is CurlyGirlAngelaG, and this is my bestie in real life and partner in crime on beauty world, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Kyra, and her channel is Journey in Beauty. We've known each other for a long time, and I am visiting her this week, and we decided to pick out makeup out of her collection for each other to do a full face get ready with me. So, yes. Anything to say?
I just made sure to pick some products that I knew Angela wanted to try, as well as products that I wanted her to try before she headed home. Specifically the foundation, the eyeshadow palette. So I'm just excited to see what she thinks.
And I picked products that I thought that Kyra could get a full glam look out of, because we have totally opposite tastes. You'll hear us talk about that in the video as far as our makeup styles. And I love her ethereal look, but I occasionally like to see her in a very glam look, and I think she did a great job. And I had fun playing with the softer look. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Grab your coffee, grab your water, whatever works for you, and let's go ahead and get ready.
Get ready for the mushroom hats.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to start with primer. I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup in the shade 01 Light. And I have never tried this, and Kyra knew I wanted to try it, so.
And Ange picked the Beauty Crop Lecherie Gripping Primer for me. Cherry scented. And red.
I love a glowy base, and I know we have different skin types, so I have a more normal to dry skin type, and she has a more normal to oily skin type. More oily though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or combo sometimes.
It's interesting. So we thought we would share the story of how we met and became friends. So back in like 2017, 18, something like that, we were on a panning live for Fantastic Ladies, and
on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube, and we were talking about, we both at the time were doing content on YouTube, and we were talking about curly hair, and our birthdays somehow came up in the conversation, and we discovered that we both live in Colorado, we both have naturally curly hair, and our birthdays are less than 24 hours apart. We became fast instant friends.
Yep.
So for foundation, she picked the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence in the shade 20 Light, and she really wants me to try this because she thinks it'll look really pretty. I have not yet, so I'm excited to try that.
I love that. It's like a new favorite foundation for sure. And then for me, Ange picked the Smashbox Always On. It's the new foundation from Smashbox, and it's a little light on me, so I'm just gonna mix in a couple drops of my L'Oreal True Match in the shade N8. It's just, I just use this to darken up foundations that are too light.
And she recommended I put this one on the back of my hand and break the pigments a little and then put it on the brush. So that is how we are going in with it today. But yeah, we met less than a couple of months. It was like, what, a couple months after we like met on YouTube. We met in person for the first time.
Yep. And
we've just been friends ever since. We are both very much into beauty, obviously. We've both done YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and we spend time together in real life, obviously. So I feel privileged that she's on my channel today.
Me too. I feel privileged to be here.
And of course, she will, all of her socials and stuff will be linked down below for you. You're kind of taking a small break right now, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to post at least one YouTube video a week, and then TikTok when I have time, only because I just have a lot of stuff going on right now in my personal life, and just getting toward the warmer season and everything. I'm, you know, getting ready for that here, thinking about a small garden this year, stuff like that. So just kind of trying to get things done and find balance in life as always.
Yeah, we have both struggled with that over the years, with finding the balance between content creation and real life.
Yeah. I think a lot of content creators do, though.
Yeah, if you're a content creator, let us know down below. Do you struggle with that at all? Or have you? And what have you found helpful if you've conquered it?
I know I've talked with other creators that felt like content creation makes it hard to balance because, you know, it's not a 9 to 5 typically, and, you know, sometimes life takes precedent and sometimes content creation, especially if you're working with like brands or anything, can take precedent or feel, you know, like they take priority over other things. So
yeah, I can definitely see that. I'll link her down below, but our friend Amanda also is on here and on TikTok, and she talks about that quite a bit.
Yep.
She has small children at home and she films a lot at night, and so it is proof that it can happen. It's just a matter of figuring out what works best for you.
yeah, absolutely.
So I really like that foundation.
Do you? I like it.
It's
It looks
really
good on
pretty.
me. It's so light too. It feels
Yeah.
like water putting it
It doesn't
on the
even feel like
skin.
I have makeup on my skin.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I think I will definitely be purchasing that one. Speaking of purchasing, I do have a biddable storefront, so that will be linked below. But all of the products that we're using today, I will also list below with Kyra's biddable as well as mine, because she'll have some of the products on hers that I won't. In case you are interested, those are affiliate links, so if you do purchase, that does give us a small commission, and we thank you in advance. All right, so next we are on to concealer, and Kyra picked the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. She has a little sample of it in the shade 4 Fair, and I have not tried this one, but I've heard amazing things about it, so I'm very excited.
And then Angela gifted me the Milani Supercharge Brightening Under Eye Tint in the shade Pink. So I want to try that a little bit, and then I'll also be going in with the Winky Lux Peeper Perfect Under Eye Concealer. This is really good and surprisingly really good for mature skin. Both Ange and I are 42, so, and this is in the shade Light.
Yeah, the Milani one did not work for my severely dry under eyes, and so I thought maybe it would work for Kyra. And Amanda is the one that turned us on to the Winky Lux Peeper Perfect. I do want to pick that up, but I've seen Kyra use it on FaceTime and then like in videos, but I want to see it in person so I can decide whether I would like it or not. A lot of times one of us can determine whether we're going to like something based on how it works on the other one's skin type.
Right. And I picked the Charlotte Tilbury one for Ange just because it's radiant, it's hydrating, it's light enough for her. We're pretty close on skin tone right now, but I feel like we also just in general can sometimes be a little off from each other.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely have a more neutral leaning cool skin tone, and she definitely has a warm leaning neutral skin tone, so we don't always get the best matches as far as undertones, even if like the shade itself would probably work for both of us.
Right. That's what, and partially that's typically why I go with the neutral undertone in both concealers and foundations, even though I have a very warm skin tone, is because, you know, sometimes of the year my skin looks more warm than it normally does, like in the summer when it's warm and stuff. And so when I buy neutral stuff, it works for me any time of year. Not to mention, I feel like sometimes when foundations or concealers stay warm on them, it is like super warm and
almost
then on
verging
top,
like orangey.
yeah, or yellow even. Yeah. So yep.
Yeah, and for me, I am more neutral in the warmer months and lean a little cooler the more pale I am. So
yeah, that's kind of how I am. I'm more neutral when I'm pale and more warm when I'm
Something else you should know about us is that I apparently don't know how to take it slow, and I get through my makeup a lot faster. Kyra enjoys the process, and
you'll see me dragging behind.
Slower than me. All right, so we're going to do bronzer next, and we are both using a cream. I'm using the Say Beauty Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer in light bronze. I have been wanting to try this forever and have not gotten a chance yet, so I'm very excited to use this today. And I'm going to use this brush. This is a Beauty Junkies Pro Sculptor.
I'm going to use the Fenty Matchstick in Mocha. And you picked that for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing you use that.
I use it, but definitely not as much as maybe originally anticipated. But that's partially because I have a problem with bronzer. Like,
Yeah.
I buy a lot of bronzer.
Yeah, and I don't have hardly any in comparison, so I tend to buy more blushes than anything else. You know, blushes, eyeshadow, and lip.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, I would say, pick up more lip products than I typically do.
Yeah. I do really like this already.
Yeah.
I think this will be one I will pick up very soon. I recently, for my birthday in January, I picked up the Say Beauty liquid blush in Chili, and it is like one of my new favorite blushes ever. It is so pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely one of the...
I like my nose a little warmer, so I take bronzer on my nose.
Me too. I like this one just applied. I picked it up off of the stick with the brush just because it's a little bit more of a stiff formula, which is great for my more oily skin type. But if you swipe it on the skin, you know, you run the risk of disturbing whatever's underneath. And so I just pick it up straight off the stick, and I like it. It's not too warm, and it's definitely, you know, stiffer formulas tend to be longer lasting, so.
Yeah. I love cream products the most. I do use powders, but I use creams the most often.
I use both, but I really do love
She tends to use powder over cream a lot too.
Yeah.
And I very rarely do that. But we have very different makeup styles because I very much go in deeper, heavier, more vibrant. And she does the pretty, soft, ethereal. And anytime I sit down to do a look like that, I wind up with like a full beat.
It's hard. I do that even though like my general style is, you know, like a little soft. If I sit down with the intentions of doing like a natural makeup look, I end up with a full beat every time.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
And if you wonder why we look like mushrooms, it is because we're both naturally curly, and you'll get to see the hair at the end.
Yep, I forgot to mention that part. I'm going to go in with highlighter next. What would you like to go in with?
I'm going to set my face so that I can go in with the powder products that you picked out for me.
Perfect. So I am using the Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Highlight in 05 Luminoso. I've been wanting to try this, and I'm very excited about it. How do you recommend using this one?
You can use that one anyway. You
Okay, I want to put it on my hand and dab it with my fingers, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Whoa, that came out faster than I anticipated.
And Ange picked the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder for me in the shade Pound Cake, which is my normal shade.
And she just recently gave me the pink one, which I love. She had given me a sample size of that one, and I very seldom use powder, and I fell in love with that one so much. I would get rid of all of my other powders to have just that one.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, this would be the only one I would actually need. I mean, I have others that I really like, including the one I picked for Ange to wear today, but this is definitely my favorite. And it's one of those powders, interestingly enough, I feel like that works for both dry and oily skin. It's just an all over good powder.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love that Huda powder. It is so beautiful.
what do you think of the highlighter?
I like it. It's pretty. Looking at it on my hand, I was like, oh, that's going to be too dark, but I don't think it is.
No, once you like kind of blend it out, I feel like it isn't.
Yeah.
They call it a blush lighter, I think, on the packaging, but
Yeah,
I do
that's what
not
it
think
said.
there's anything
No.
blushy about it.
And I definitely think that we both love glowy skin, me more glowy than her because of the differences in skin type. But I am all about the glowy skin, so. And I love that Maybelline underneath this foundation. It's so pretty.
Yeah, I really like
I
that
might need
stuff.
to get both of those.
That's another thing I think that works really well for both
Yeah.
oily and dry skin.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with blush next and then set my face. Or should I go in with powder and then set it? Does this go over powder?
It does, but I would put it on
Okay.
first and then go powder.
So I'm using the new e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. It's very pretty.
I'm gonna steal your... Actually, no, I'm just gonna put a little of this. I need something on my lips like yesterday.
Oh, okay. Can I try that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, it does have a slightly fruity scent to it. I couldn't smell it yesterday.
In case you were wondering, this is the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click, which is their new, like, version of, what are those ones?
The Tarte Marc.
Tarte, yeah.
Yeah, I got it in the shade
Ooh, I
going
really like
viral.
that shade.
Yeah. It's nice.
I have a feeling leaving here I'm going to add a whole bunch of stuff to my wish list.
Is that anything new?
No, not so much. We had fun yesterday. We went out shopping and it was a blast.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that. I'm gonna go in for powder bronzer with the Fenty Sunstalker pressed powder bronzer in the shade In the Sun.
All right. Yeah, so we decided to go window shopping, just kind of hang out. Both of us and her almost 16-year-old daughter. We don't really get to go shopping very often. Both of us tend to place orders online more often.
Yeah.
I live out in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, the boring part of Colorado. I do not live in the pretty part of Colorado. And so it's like a 2 hour drive, hour and a half to 2 hour drive to any real shopping for me. So I was definitely excited to go to Target and a real Walmart and Ulta and Sephora, and we took her daughter to Aerie too. And it was, oh, whoa, I got a little bit. Well, that should be fun. Thank goodness for beauty blenders, huh?
Right?
Or beauty blender wannabes, whatever you want to call them.
Yep.
This is going to be a blushy look today, apparently.
Alright, blush fades fastest, I feel like.
Yeah, by the time I'm done, it'll probably have faded. But I am going to go ahead and set my face with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fairlight. And I'm going to try a technique that I have never tried before. I'm going to use a powder puff. I have never done that. So I have this cute little guy right here. Okay, and what is the best way to do this?
I just pat it on the back of my hand to get it kind of like absorbed and spread out on there.
Okay.
And then just use it to set however you want.
Okay. I know a lot of people love this powder, and I have never tried the loose version. I tried the pressed version years ago. So
I tried the pressed version a long time ago too. I don't know, all the years that I've been on YouTube and other social media, people talk about Fit Me Loose Powder being the best thing there ever was. I was like, it can't possibly be that good. And I bought it on a whim.
Well, I would say yes.
It is.
Because that's even pretty on my dry skin.
Yeah, it's a beautiful powder and it does a great job.
I don't use powder a lot, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to whatever step you want.
Okay, I'm going to do highlighter next. And one of the little things we picked up, or I picked up yesterday, was the Sephora Colorful Luminizer. These are new to the Sephora collection, and this is the shade Rose Quartz. I just thought this was super pretty and kind of soft, lit from within kind of highlighter, which I definitely love.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do brow gel so it can start drying before we do brows off camera.
You bet.
I'm using the Kosas Air Brow, the clear one. But I like to put this in and let it set and then go in with my pencil, but we will be doing the rest of our brows off camera.
That's pretty.
That is really pretty.
Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I really like that.
It is gorgeous.
Definitely, it's like a unique shade to me of
I was gonna say
rose gold. It's like a cooler, or
it kind
I guess
of
it's not
reminds
rose
me
gold.
of that baked elf one that I have.
Yeah, Dulce Perla.
No, the baked one in Moonlight Pearls. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Nice. That's something I've been wanting, so.
Yeah, I'll have to try this
see
side by
it on
side
camera?
someday. Yeah, it's pretty.
I like to really buff my highlighter in.
And we are both water fiends.
Indeed.
And I got a bunch at Christmas when her and her daughter were at my house. She gave me a bunch of stickers, her daughter did. And this is the cutest sticker ever. I love him. His name is Leonard, by the way.
Leonard the llama. Perfect. Okay. Pink liquid blush next. So, and used this Dusty Rose, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the new e.l.f. liquid blush in the shade Suave Mauve. It's definitely a favorite.
And I picked
already.
that one up yesterday, but I haven't tried it yet.
And I like to definitely put it on the back of my hand and then just slowly work it into the brush.
Yeah, I definitely don't need as much of that as I thought I would.
Yeah, they're pretty pigmented.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little bit easier, I feel like, to work with than the Rare Beauty ones, especially for like a more beginner.
Who else feels like e.l.f. is killing it right now with the new releases?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
I picked up 2 shades of the lip oils as well. And yeah, I'm so excited about all their new releases. I want to try their clickable pins too, like that one from NYX that you just got.
Yes, I'm hoping those will be out in the store before too long.
Yeah. That is so pretty.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is definitely, I mean, I haven't used the Dusty Rose one quite as much. I haven't had an opportunity because I haven't had them that long, but that one's pretty too and more like everyday, but I really like this. I think this shade is more unique than anything.
Yeah.
Or at least in comparison to the Rare Beauty blushes that I already own. So
yeah,
that's part of it. And Ange picked out one of my very favorite powder blushes of all time. I've had it for years and years. It's a mini hourglass blush in the shade Mood Exposure. And I've got pan on the edges of this thing and all kinds of stuff, but it's a beautiful kind of mauve-y, plummy shade, but it also has like a really beautiful like pearl running through it, and I love it, especially for layering. Like,
yeah, that is really
that just
pretty.
like airbrushed my cheeks.
That is super pretty. I will pick up one of those eventually, probably.
Yeah, definitely a mini is all you would need.
Yeah. I like the
only
fact they
full
have the
size.
minis.
Yeah, the only ones I bought in full size are the shades that I absolutely had to have that weren't available in a mini. Like, yeah, a couple ones. Anyways, we'll see after the brows.
Yeah, all right. Brows and eyeshadow primer on, so we are both going to do our eye looks. She picked out the Dior Backstage Eye Palette in 001 Warm Neutrals, and this looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm very excited to use that.
And Ange picked out my Pretty Grunge from Huda Beauty for me to use, and we're gonna see what we can get out of this today.
I think that palette is so pretty.
It is pretty. I do like it.
And we're not necessarily going to talk about the shades that we're going in with. We're just going to create eye looks while we talk.
It's like a plan.
That work good for you?
Yes.
Okay. So I started my channel over, and so some of you might remember me from other channels, but Kara's kept the same channel over the years, so be sure to check out some of her old videos if you're wanting to watch more from her until she gets some newer ones up. She did put up a pan to plan painting video. Do you want to explain what that was?
Yeah, I had seen Sarah Rose here on the platform.
I'll link her below.
Do a video called her basically plan to pan for 2024. And it's not really an official project pan project, but it is more just like setting, you know, how you at the beginning of the year you set intentions for the year. It's kind of the same way, but with makeup, and just setting intentions specifically of products that we want to either make progress on or hit pan on or finish. I don't know, Ange did mostly or all finished products you want to finish, right?
Yes.
And I did some products that I wanted to finish, some products I want to hit pan on, things like that, and, you know, just kind of update a little bit here and there throughout the year, but not like the full shebang of a project pan, not the tracking uses, keeping track of progress pictures, you know, all that kind of stuff, because I do love being intentional about what I'm using up in my collection and making sure I'm managing a larger collection, but at the same time don't really have the time or the wherewithal to want to keep track of a bunch of pictures on my phone and all the
Same.
things.
That's why I have given up almost every year when I do like pan that palette or other types of project pans. Yeah, so I think this will be good for both of us. I will link both of our videos as well as Sarah Rose down below though. I really like that though. That looks really pretty. I'm trying to do a softer,
that is pretty color on you.
Softer look today.
Famous last words, right?
That's my thing. I don't know why I have always been more of like a very vivid, dark, intense kind of eye person, and lips and face and foundation and all of the things really. And Kyra does such soft, ethereal. She did I got married in June of 23, and she did my makeup, and I loved it because I knew that it would be exactly what I wanted for wedding. And I loved it. And we had so much fun, or at least I did.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Sure.
I don't very often have other people do my makeup, so that was just a lot of fun in my opinion.
And I don't very often get to do other people's makeup, so it's fun for me. I mean, I've done my daughter's makeup for a few things, and, you know, even a friend of hers and stuff, but I do like playing around on other people's faces.
Yeah.
Just because I think it grows my skills. But
yeah.
Not because I want to be a makeup artist or anything, but I like to do makeup on people if they want, you know, makeup.
I've done makeup on a few people, mostly like my nieces and stuff, but I'm definitely not a makeup artist by any stretch of the imagination.
No, me either.
It's just something that I enjoy doing.
Same. I don't know about you, but for me, where I've always hesitated at getting into like even like self-taught makeup artistry is for me when I start getting paid to do something or I'm obligated to do something
it takes
or whatever.
the fun out of it.
Yeah, it does. It takes the fun out of it, and I just am like,
Yep. Yeah, I had thought for a minute about going into cosmetology or something, but that was exactly it. I enjoy this as a pastime, so I do not want to feel burnt out because it's something that I do every single day.
Right.
For, you know, payment or whatever.
I agree.
How did I do as far as soft?
It's looking good.
Okay.
I like it. What do you think of the palette so far?
I like it. It's pretty. I have so many of these colors though. I tend to wear a lot of warm shades, so.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily go on record saying that that was a necessity palette either, personally, but.
I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of the highlighter because I feel like I lost some of my highlight, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the inner corner too.
Nice.
Maybe the brow bone. Yes, I still do brow bone highlight.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I see a lot of people that still do. And sometimes I do. Like, when the look calls for it, to me, it calls for it.
Yep. And I tend to like a brighter inner quarter highlight.
But I also, too, like, I go in with my highlighter every day, like, basically over my brow bone and then curve it down onto the cheeks. So, I mean, you could say I wear it every year.
Yeah,
or
I do it
every
with
day.
powders. I don't tend to with liquids as much, but... Okay, I think we are going to go ahead and go off camera and go finish hair, do liner and mascara, and then we will come back and finish up with the lip. All right, we are back. Hair is done, and we're going to do a lip combo and wrap up the video. So Kyra picked out the MAC lip pencil in Strip Down, and the Hamish, this is a gloss, in Nudie Rose for me.
And Ange picked the Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stain from Milani for me in the shade Bitten Berry. We both wear glasses, so hard to read. Okay.
And I should mention that one of Kyra's favorite go-to looks lately is liner with gloss, so.
Yes.
Ooh, that smells incredible.
Doesn't it? It smells like strawberry bubble tape to me.
I don't know what it smells like, but it smells good to me. Alright, so here are our final looks. And we will insert up-close pictures and natural lighting for you at the very end so you can see it a little bit better. But thank you, Kyra, for coming on my channel
Thanks for having me.
and doing makeup. You did a good job picking makeup because I think several of these items are going on my wish list as soon as we're done filming.
I do try.
I love how your look turned out.
Thanks. I love
It's a little more like glam than I see you do most often. And mine's a little softer than I usually do, so
for sure.
I love that for us. But if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and show us some love down in the comments. And of course, go follow Kyra and myself, Kyra's channel here, and myself and her on TikTok and Instagram. All of that will be linked in the description. And have an absolutely beautiful day wherever you are.
Bye.
Bye.